I thought you were talking about that 5 interception game. That
was a bad game for Jared Goff, and they still won.
Yep. I think I'm moving off of the Lions. It took me a while to say that the Lions were the best in the league, and part of it, or the best in the NFC, and part of it was because the Eagles have been so long for such a long stretch. But the Eagles were in transition, and they have one of the best rosters in football. And the transition was from a D-line centric defense to a cornerback and secondary centric defense. And now that this defense has found its footing and those young corners are playing well, they really don't have any holes. Like this roster, Brandon Graham's playing like he's a young kid again.
He's also done for the season.
Oh, we lost Brandon Graham?
Yeah.
Jalen Carter is playing like Jalen Carter. And the secondary, I think, is the man coverage ability they have allows them to play defense at a level that's higher than I believe. Despite what the advanced statistics tell you, it's higher and they're more flexible. Like they have games where they blitz a lot. They have games where they play zone quite a bit. They have games where they play man a lot. That flexibility allows them, I think, to be more versatile going into the playoffs.
Hawk, you know what I like and what I value?
What is that?
Football team?
I have no idea.
Consistency. You know what I hate? When people can't see what they have right in front of them and they want the new thing. Their eyes start turning, they get bored because the consistency, you're just so consistently good. It's like, I'm bored. Let me try something else. That's Dominique.
I don't think we're talking about football now. I'm sorry.
Have we gone there?
That's Dominique. It's sort of like, oh, well, I've kind of shifted from the Lions because the Eagles have looked so much better, except the Lions have been consistently good. What I love about the Lions is that Dan Campbell put it perfectly. When we play our game, it does not matter what we call and what we do because we can beat you in any number of ways. And that is what's so great. I talked to Graham Glasgow, their offensive lineman, and he said, we do outside zone, we do inside zone, we do a drop back, we do play action, we do so many things that we have defenses guessing and preparing for things that we may not even run.
Right. Yeah, you're talking about the offensive side of the ball. I don't disagree with you on the offensive side of the ball. The problem is on the defensive side of the ball, they don't have pass rushers. They blitz every single game. They blitz a lot, and they leave their corners who are playing well in man coverage. But that does not they don't have that same level of flexibility on defense that the Eagles have, and they both have the flexibility on
the last 3 games, they've pitched second half shutouts.
Yeah.
Like that, I just feel like when you look at okay, fine.
Listen, you got to give Aaron Glenn a ton of credit because he has done a fantastic job getting this defense. What Fox is saying about Vic Fangio and the Philadelphia Eagles defense, it has been a major shift, and he has these guys playing. All the guys, the Georgia guys who were struggling, have played significantly better. All these guys are all of a sudden pinning their ears back. And when you get into these kind of games, the difference between, for Detroit and the Eagles are who can. I think. For me, I've been on the Eagles from the beginning of the season. I still like the Eagles, and they're ascending. The other part about Detroit, I'm going to say this, I played on these teams. I have played on these teams. When you are as good as they have been this early, the fatigue will set in. Because every week it's the same, man. You're expected to win by 20. You're expected, and listen, you're expected to do it this way. And by the time you get to the latter part of the season, that wears. I don't care what anybody's saying. That ends up wearing on you. This is a great football team. I'm not trying to knock them. I love Dan Campbell. I love the whole way. The Eagles have dealt with some nonsense already. They want to fire Sirianni. I mean, my God, bro, they want to fire the freaking head coach. They won 40 games. You know what I mean? So the Eagles put up with this nonsense. I'm still going with the Eagles.
There is some element of that feels like we're seeing ghosts a little bit with the Detroit Lions. Like we're talking about what could happen when there's been no evidence on the field that shows a drop-off. They've lost their best defensive player, one of the best defensive players in the league,
for sure.
And there still hasn't been a drop-off because, to your point, on the back end, they have guys like Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph who are the best safety tandem in the league, and they've upped their game to mitigate some of the things that they've lost in their pass rush.
Here's what I'd say about both Detroit and Philly. They are head and shoulders the two most dominant teams in the NFC, maybe in the NFL, which is going to be fascinating to watch down the stretch. Same can't be said for the Jets and the New York Giants. We'll stick with the G-men for now. They have struggled from the opening kickoff. They sit 2-9. The quarterback saga is just the start of it. The latest, rookie receiver Malik Neighbors frustrated after Sunday's loss. He called out his head coach, and then he tried to explain it further yesterday. Take a listen.
If I had an opportunity to go back and change the words that I said, I would, but I still stand on what I said. I said it. I don't have no regrets with what I said. Yeah, that's just the competitor in me. That's just how I'm wired. That's just who I am. I just don't like losing. I feel like if I had an opportunity to help the team win, I'm going to express that.
Give out your reaction.
Neighbors is sick of this nonsense. And we knew the type of guy they were drafting. We saw that in their interviews with him and Dable talking about him. So I actually love this. I don't care that he's a rookie. I don't care that he just got here. Sometimes young kids, they say it plain. And he's saying it plain. He's saying it's not the quarterback. The backtrack for me was he sat with Dable and he went through like, this is how we were actually trying to get you the ball. And Neighbors is like, okay, cool. You guys did try to get me the ball. But my point remains that we benched the quarterback. It has nothing to do with the quarterback, the effort, all of that stuff. And I love it because where's the leadership? I think this is the problem with losing Saquon, where you looked at him as just a running back. And that was the problem for the Giants. He was a voice in the locker room. He was a leader. He was a guy that guys could watch and say, okay, even when we're mired in like a losing streak or whatever, I come to work and I do the things. Now when I look at this roster, who are the people that are speaking up? And Malik Neighbors is filling that void and saying, this is terrible and I can't deal with this. I'm not a loser and I don't want this on my football team.
When he knows he hasn't been able to showcase the best of his talents with what he has. I mean, Neek, where do you stand on this?
I mean, yesterday, Jeff and I went in on the Giants and about the decisions that they make that undercut the culture. And I think Kimberly brings up another decision that they made that undercut the culture of winning.
Amen.
And Malik Neighbors is a winner. And he is tired of them doing loser stuff. And it's okay to be frustrated. So, like, when you have a guy who's played really well for you, been a shining star throughout all your ups and downs, played through injuries, been incredible, and you don't re-sign him, you don't reward him, that expresses something to the team. And it's not one decision that's big enough to destroy it, but it's connected with a series of decisions. And then the last one, the most ridiculous one, was them benching and releasing Daniel Jones and putting in DeVito.
This is the white flag.
And putting in DeVito. With 7 games left, you're telling your team that we don't care about how good you're going to be. And it's not just about winning, it's about their success. And we understand that players get paid when they play well on good teams. You're making this team worse. Amen. You're making my job tougher. You're making my life more difficult. You're compromising my dream. And you expect me to spend more time watching film, to go play hurt, to sacrifice in order to win. And it's like you're not doing your part of the end. You're not holding up your end of the bargain. It's frustrating. And I'm glad Malik Neighbors called him out. Yeah. And there's a tactful way to do it. I wish you wouldn't have said if I had to do it again. No, you would. You wouldn't change nothing you said because the team waved the flag, waved the white flag. I surrender. Not only that, Saquon gone, Lawrence gone. What's McKinney? Yeah, McKinney's gone. Their best players have walked out of their building. The arrogance of the front office and the coach of the Giants to allow this to happen and think you're going to cut your starting quarterback and go to the third string quarterback on your football team.
And everybody would say,
and everybody's going to be like, hey, man, we're good. I'm going to go out there and fight my best fight. No, you do not fight your best fight.
Hey, guys, he's going to do this, though.
Yeah.
And it's all going to be fine.
It's all going to be okay. It is absolute nonsense what they did.
The worst thing you can do for a locker room is to prove that you're not trying to be competitive.
Yeah.
And when I was with the Browns in 2014, we started the season 7-4. Like, the Browns typically don't start the season 7-4. We were number 1 in the division.
I was going to say, I never even knew that happened. That's unbelievable.
And then we benched our quarterback. The coach decided to bench our quarterback for Johnny Manziel. And immediately, you can feel all the wind in the sail of the players in the locker room deflate because it felt like we knew that we weren't going to win. Not because Johnny wasn't a good player, but he wasn't at that point.
He wasn't ready.
For Malik Neighbors, he is a competitor. You knew that coming in. Before he got drafted, he said, Daniel Jones better be able to get me the football.
Yep.
So it's not going to change in this scenario to say, hey,
don't beat it out of him, Giants.
No, that's exactly what they're going to do.
Please don't beat it out of him.
And here's the thing with NFL franchises, the players die for the front office's sins.
Yeah.
And right now we're seeing that with both New York franchises.
That was a bar.
I don't do I walk and talk.
You didn't go to ASU, dog.
Welcome to the John Crowder Show on YouTube, exclusively on YouTube. And if you're watching this anywhere else, you're not watching it right. Again, I'm John Crowder. Thank you for subscribing, following. Make sure you hit the little bell so you can get the alerts. We love to show these shows. Skip, Stephen A., a lot of other hosts, Pat McAfee. we're tuned in with this type of content. So if you want to receive this content and you want to get it the way we're showing it through YouTube directly to you, go ahead and hit that like, hit that subscribe, and we're going to make sure we get you the content. Right now, we're in Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to be all over the country visiting different colleges, different events, different professional events. So make sure you stay locked in. We're going to be giving away tickets. The first set of tickets will be given away in about 2 weeks. So make sure that you like, subscribe, and follow. The most active person that subscribed will get 2 tickets. We'll have more details on that coming up. Just make sure you stay locked in. This is going to be about a 5-minute outro to the video. I wanted to go ahead and introduce myself so you can follow, you can like, you can subscribe. And again, we just like to have fun here. We like to give away tickets. We like to talk sports. We like to give away our free picks. You know, it's a lot of things to help you hit parlays that we're going to give you the details to, whether it be the weather for the game, whether it be the historical data for the spreads. It's so many things that we can help out with. So if you are into sports betting, we're going to have a platform for you to branch off. Our first goal, though, is to hit 1,000 subscribers, and that's going to start with you today. So make sure that you go ahead and share, like, subscribe. This content is brought to you absolutely free, and we want to make sure we keep it that way. We're going to make sure the shows we bring you is absolutely free. No need for the cable guy. Understood? So look, if you're rocking with us today, go ahead, comment, like, subscribe, and share. If you like the content we brought you, if you have any suggestions or any other shows you want us to bring, make sure you go ahead and drop it in. Just enjoying this beautiful day. It's almost Thanksgiving. I know y'all ready for that turkey. I know you ready for that great old football that they have. NFL is going to be playing on Thanksgiving. I know you're not going to want to miss that. If you're going to want to go to that game, let me know. You know, we might have some tickets, man. We might have some tickets depending on what city you're in. We might have some tickets. It's just been a crazy NFL season. You know, I had a couple of bets in this NFL. It's been tricky. I'm not going to lie. The teams I thought would win, lost. The teams I thought would lose, won. So I have been having a lot of success, though, in the college football. So I'll be glad to share my picks. Got a lot of good insights, a lot of good historical data on the college. Been actually hitting some really good 6-pick parlays, 5, 4 picks, 3 picks, a lot. So, you know, if you want to rock with me on that, just stay tuned. Make sure you put on your alerts, like I said, and because we're going to have a lot of great content. Again, if you follow Stephen A, if you follow Shannon Sharp, you're going to love this show because we give a lot of their content here and we go over it. You know, we like to comment on it sometimes we criticize them, sometimes we praise them, you know, but on this channel, you know, we definitely want to bring you the content that you're looking for, and also an outlet to talk about it. You know, you might want to dive a little deeper into that. So, hey, why not? You know, because you already know, man, I'm back again with another video. It's your boy, John Crowder. All right. Thank you for staying this long. Thank you for checking us out. Right now, we're just going to get into it. We're going to give you a second to go ahead and hit the like and go ahead and subscribe, and then go ahead and share this content. You can even drop a comment below. Like I said, let me know where you guys are from. I want to know if it's anybody, you know, here from New York, anybody here a Jets fan. I want to know how y'all feeling about Brett Favre right now. You know, I know y'all thought he was going to be the golden child, but, you know, it's that type of season, though. But it is what it is. You always got next year, but I don't know how long Brett Favre is going to be. So tell me what y'all think about Aaron Rodgers for the Jets. Aaron Rodgers, all right? Yeah, you might have to wait till year 2. But how do you Jets fans think he's doing so far? What's his report? You know, that first game he played, you know, it was a primetime game. I thought he was pretty sharp, man. But yeah, as the season wore on, it hasn't looked as good. But, you know, we still got a few games left. Let's see what happens. You know, I think they'll get a good draft pick this year. But who knows? But anything y'all want to talk about here, we can do it. And also, I want to share a couple of my upcoming events that we're going to have. We're definitely going to have we're going to be at the draft this coming year, 2025 draft, which is going to be amazing. We're also going to be at the Super Bowl, so that's another amazing event. And also we're going to be at the All-Star game for the MLB this year. We will have a lot of content like this showing for the next couple of weeks. So if you have any questions about any of those teams, you can drop a comment below. And again, I'm back again with another video. See you next time.